Andy and I are collectors, and there's nothing better than an edition of a game that has that moniker in it. Some of them come with cool stuff, others come with, well, you'll see.
So we thought it would be worthwhile to tier list the Okayest 26 items we've gotten from collector's editions of games we bought. Let's begin. Starting our list off right at 26 is full, glorious physical soundtracks. All the songs you love and hate in one convenient donut. While most households lack a CD player nowadays, if you plan to buy a collection with a CD, you possess the technology that can play it. You'll find a way to keep the joy of the game you love alive. We just know it.
How do you make your game memorable? You give me, specifically, number 25 on our list, a steelbook. We have a fair few of these, and hot damn I love steelbooks. There are a few things that can make me buy a game I care not for, but if you say steelbook, I say how high.
I love art books. That's our 24th pick. There's such a thing as a bad art book, but still, getting a look at the how of a game is always incredibly interesting. Plus, sometimes they class it up by making these hardcover. Reminding us of better times at 23 is color manuals. Games should come with manuals. That is our shared firm belief because there's nothing like being introduced to a game via booklet within the game itself. The mini arts, the notes, the printed descriptions, approachable designs and intuitive in-game tutorials may have supplanted these, but there's no replacing a physical manual in your hands. Art cards are ridiculous, absolutely and completely. They're 22, and the wow factor of them wears off very quickly when you realize there's no standardized way to display them via frame. Poster sizes were standardized, with their frames being widely available. Why not these awkwardly sized items? I want to properly dot them around my house, but they're all strange dimensions. You never know what their measurements are until you get them.
Lighting the way at 21 is this Dominus Collection Shadow Box. A collector's edition is usually bought by two audiences, collectors and scalpers. We, the former, will display our stuff on our shelves. It all looks nice and is easy to access. Making your game look even nicer on our shelf is hard to disagree with. I may never turn this on, but damn is it nice. Would you like to promptly display a 3D interpretation of a character you love? Then statues are the way to do it. They come in at 20 and can look awesome. You know, if you want to take them out of the box, which we don't most of the time. Statues usually take up space even if they're very nice to look at. Punching in at 19 are bonus DVDs. As an example, the one included with Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. For a system that doesn't play DVDs. This inclusion was done purely for the fans, and I, as a fan, am pretty happy about it.
Just about as fun as a desk toy at 18 are minifigures. They're neat, not as cumbersome to store or display as statues, but still fun little reminders of characters you love.
Confounding us at 17 are acrylic standees. I don't understand these really. They're basically shrinky dinks which fell out of fashion quite a while ago.
They're plastic, fragile, and aren't very dynamic. But the only reason this isn't higher is because James won one at a boss rush competition at PAX West in 2024.
One of the top 10 moments of my life. So yeah, standees shouldn't be that high on the list.
Our okayest 16th pick happens to be pins. They're okay. I never have a reason to put them anywhere except back in the box. Plus, separating them seems disorganized. There's a lot of potential in their medium, but where do I put them?
Okay, 15. First, a question. Why would you include a cartridge holder block in your collector's edition anything? To protect the cartridge? The box already does that. This is such a weird way to display something if that's your plan too. It consumes more space than 10 of the same cartridge, looks weird, and seems very impractical.
Downloading now at 14 are DLC codes. These are a bummer. These codes are ephemeral. Best case, it's redeemed. Worst case, the respective digital storefront shuts down and the code becomes useless. Either way, the intention of this paper is to be made pointless.
I do my absolute best to keep magnets away from the game they come with. They're 13th okayest on our list. We're taught young that magnets and technology don't mix, so my first instinct is to separate these things, usually by taking the game out and keeping the magnets in the box, where they stay until further notice.
At 12, we have slipcovers, which open up opportunities for more interesting packaging, making the box itself a display piece. It makes opening the box more cumbersome, but you're not likely to do it all that frequently. For someone buying a collector's edition, you're probably intent on displaying your collection in a beauteous manner, so this is a nice benefit. Dangling from the bottle opener in your pocket is 11. Keychains! Neat to see, but they gotta be durable. We live in a resale-conscious world, and collector's editions of games are very much a niche audience. If you use keychains as intended, they'll wear down, so they'd better be metal, thick, and strong.
Time to place the most fragile thing you can find in your collector's edition on this list. Paper standees in 10th place. They're barely a step above stickers and are somehow even more delicate than acrylic standees. What are you meant to do with them? You can't properly place them because a weak fart blows them off the table. table. These seem altogether unnecessary. I do not understand the Cuisinier towel. That's why it comes in at 9th Okayest on our list. This thing confuses and confounds me. What do I do with this? Ruin it when I use it once? That seems like a betrayal of the money I just spent to obtain this and the other nice things with the game. That makes absolutely no sense to me. At 8 is our collection of adventuring books and journals. They usually come with yeast games and tell tales of something that happened either before the adventure game you're about to play or sum up the entire game you were meant to play. I don't find a lot of value in these because I'd rather play the game I'm about to play instead of reading about it.
Beginning our top 7 Okayest items are non-functioning cartridges. These are obviously funny and pointless beyond display, but all they do is serve as physical what-if objects. Why display a cartridge that doesn't function like one? An unfortunate object to include are plush toys at number 6, since they're objectively more charming and approachable than a statue, but also more susceptible to being ruined as well. Packaging a plush in a plastic baggie will inevitably mean we'll keep it inside that baggie, like an old person preserving a couch.
Starting off our top 5 is number 5, digital wallpapers. I can safely say I've never once used a code for one of these. They sit in the box or email they're sent, forever left unredeemed. I have no intrigue or fascination with these. They are just another background to be easily replaced on my phone or computer. One of the most pointless things to include in a collector's edition. Included in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3's collector's edition is number 4 on the list, this Founder's card. I think I bought this way too late in life for this to matter to anyone anymore because I have no idea what to do with it. I think it's wallet-sized, but who do I brag to about something so insignificant?
Stickers are just kinda whatever. They take 3rd place because you peel them and stick them, and ta-da. Once it's either there forever, or you peel it off and it's gone. Posters, pins, and magnets you can move, but only onto their respective surfaces. Stickers can go just about anywhere. They've all got their positives and negatives. Trading with your only friend at number 2 are trading cards. These are pretty, but fail to serve any purpose. Why would I trade them with anybody? If they're not in pristine condition, they lose any perceived value. If they're ever separated from their coupled game, both the game and included card lose value, so I can't really display them. They could at least have some kind of meta game to them, with stats or something.
So, what is the okayest thing we can receive in a collector's edition anything? We actually had an easy time deciding this because it's soundtrack selections.
These are very much better than nothing, but they're also just a bummer. You could have included the whole deal, but instead it's limited and a letdown. By far the thing we feel the most dispassion toward when opening a fresh new collector's edition anything. Soundtrack selections are easy to forget because they don't feature your favorite game's full musical accompaniment, so you're likely to eventually upgrade to replace it or never consider using it. These don't even make good coasters either. Don't try, just trust me.
We may own a bunch of collector's editions, but we're sure you do too. Which item from those would you deem your okayest? Let us know in the comments and we'll tier list you soon. Merry Tier Listmas!